expected everyone to be at Orlando Magic. Now, my record's like 16-5. I just lost. Well, not really just lost, but, you know, I lost against the Pelicans because, you know, technical foul and me breaking my shots. So, yeah, go. You gotta beat the Magic right now.
2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's game held at Amway Center. It's the Orlando Magic going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, it's been a very successful first half of the season for them. When the opportunity to win a ball game has been there for them, they have grabbed it over and over. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know,
I already faced the Magic before, but I'm pretty sure I was home. Now I'm facing them again.
Join us on this exciting Friday
They're
night
home,
matchup.
and I beat them last time.
Join the
I beat
booth
them
with
again.
Clark Kellogg and Greg
Unless
Anthony.
everything goes
This is
completely
Kevin
wrong.
Harlan.
Right,
This
there you go.
crowd
It
is
is Kyrie.
really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free in that game.
Okay.
Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, three-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
6 on the shot clock. And it's Gordon missing.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Peyton dishes to Oladipo. Gordon with the screen for Oladipo. No luck. Good D by Thompson.
And talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
Now here's Peyton following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Peyton kicks to Oladipo. Fires the 3. Again, Oladipo missing.
Yeah, scoreless here early after the first 4 shots. They right now are searching.
That goes in though.
And you know, back to Oladipo. We always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Gordon with a screen on Irving. Peyton drives in. That's good.
Oh, they finally
boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
And stolen by Peyton.
Such a bad pass.
Here's Butler. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control, even though
he's
going at breakneck
all the
speed,
time.
he still maintains his body control.
Here's Thompson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
You gotta be like Golden State with all stuff
on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up a tee.
Here's Dedmon. Back to Butler. Peyton outside. 4 on the shot clock. Lays it up and banks it in. 1:41 left in the first quarter.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Or not.
No good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Gordon with a screen on Irving. On the wing, Gordon. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around shortly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run. Great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots. And James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Oladipo goes in. Nice job coming off that screen.
He's trying to get it going offensively, but right now just 1 of 4 to start.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. James with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Love the pass to Irving. Smith kicks to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here.
That's what it is.
No good from Irving.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Oladipo for 3. There's the bucket. Good.
Of course that goes in.
Oladipo's got 5 points so far.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
It's all. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his triple.
I putting all the pressure on me.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Very few mistakes, partner, and they have to be pleased with the way they've executed.
We've got Ilyasova, Jennings out there with Watson. Then there's Andrew Nicholson, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Jennings with the ball. Jefferson picks him up. Ilyasova can't hit.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Feeds it to Mozgov. Jefferson dishes to Mozgov, and the layup falls. Mozgov's got his first points in this one.
Well, it was a defensive issue for the Magic. They had trouble stopping opponents last season, guys. I mean, didn't really challenge anything at their own rim, and that's really what made it tough for them.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. And there's the feed to Ilyasova. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And so Nicholson nails both of them. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. No good from Frog. For the Magic, it's never a good sign to lead the league in getting dunked on. Last year that happened. They had that dubious honor, unfortunately.
You know, and in general, Kevin, I mean, the Magic were just poor on defense. I mean, they couldn't stop the
I did just leave them like open right there.
At defending it, and overall, the third worst field goal percentage against. So you know where their priorities were.
I'm thinking about trading Sumper.
That's a 2 from Dellavedova, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
They've had assists now.
He doesn't make
open
shots, and he's always cool.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Watson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Jefferson. From downtown. It's hauled in by the Magic. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And Kevin, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork.
Dover, man.
Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Here's Azania. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Here's Oladipo. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team. He's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired. He plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
The Magic shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. The free throw off from Payton. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but it came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown. And guys, for Payton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early, but it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time. And guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
And that one's good. Oladipo's got the game tied up here for Orlando.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big.
So the clock runs out with the score.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Right now it's tied up.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando.
Yeah,
the game was always within a fairly narrow margin. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
It's been a good game for Oladipo. 9 points and a steal.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love at the talented pair at the forward position.
Why did I
And it's
take that
Thompson
shot?
into the 5, roaming the paint.
Okay, that ball was like a magnet right there.
Butler against Irving. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Fast break. Here we go. Here's James.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't.
I'm telling you, they got butter for
And
not holding to the ball.
about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. Soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Irving against Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. The Magic again can't hit. Cavaliers trailing.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Payton passes to Gordon. Can't get it to go. Good D by Love.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And the dunk by James.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Trailblazers.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And it's good. Jefferson's got his second bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from
How do you not get that, Moscow?
playing as one unit out there. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Picked by Moskov and Jefferson. Here we go. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And here on our 2K leaderboard, you see a breakdown of the best free throw shooting centers and power forwards over the past month. We'll take a look at Ilyasova, second in the NBA. So great from the line.
And a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line with them. I mean, that makes them very hard to handle.
It really does. I mean, defenders have to be a little more cautious than they would be ordinarily. Hack one of these fellas, and they'll cash in.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of them.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And Watson has it in the corner. Wide open. No good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And Shumpert kicks to Moskov. Power down with both hands.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Jennings dishes to Nicholson. That drops. Nicholson's got 4 points this quarter.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Picked by Moskov. Here's Dellavedova and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Orlando making some changes. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Gordon comes in for Hizanya. And it's Oladipo in for C.J. Watson. It's stolen by Jefferson.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Jennings against Shumpert. Pass to Dellavedova. From deep. Orlando grabs the miss. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Ilyasova. He got it up. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Jason Smith is out there with Gordon, and it's Deadman in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Good.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
And the Magic shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Payton passes to Oladipo. Gordon with no one around, knocks down the 3 ball.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And the dunk by James.
Just so reliable. I mean, that basket there will give them a little bit more of a cushion.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Throws it up high, and James throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Payton kicks to Gordon. Smith with it, picked up by Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Gordon for 3.
Nah.
Rebound by Smith.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Now, here is Irving. It's taken away by Payton. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. It's Oladipo on the wing. He kicks it to Deadman. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And Commissioner Silver taking a bold stance on sports betting. I mean, going in the last season, he wrote that op-ed piece saying that it needs to be legalized federally and basically brought into the light of day.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
And for Commissioner Silver arguing for legalized sports betting, that's a major reversal from what most sports commissioners Clark had said in the past.
Yeah, you know, I like his open-mindedness, not just about that issue, but a number of issues that confront the league. And, you know, he's right in regards to the gambling. With the internet, people are making these bets anyway, so it makes sense for the league to take a look at it.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Oladipo with the ball. He's picked up by James. Pass to Peyton. There's a good screen. Gordon with a screen on Irving. Down low. Shot clock at 6. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Got a hand on it.
Wow.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Kyrie only got 4 points? Boy.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today.
Boy.
Without him, this thing would already be over.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Here's James. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's
Dang,
got
Kyrie's
3
really
assists
doing
tonight.
that bad.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautiful.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
I should have put my bench.
.121 left in the 4th quarter. And Oladipo, here we go. Again, Oladipo missing. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the 4th quarter. And Thompson kicks to James. There's the dish to Love. Irving for 3. Another miss by Irving.
He's 1 for 11.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Cleveland.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
LeBron, good.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Oladipo goes in. Butler with the ball, picked up by Thompson. And Rasul Butler with the 3.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it.
Why are they going to
notch
foul?
that 3.
And so they foul intentionally. Cleveland with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. James with the bucket.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. There's 21 seconds.
Yeah, they're not winning.
Nails it. Oh,
okay, they make another crazy 3.
Man, they came out
But not enough.
smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Hazanya's shot is off. James dishes to Thompson. It's stolen by Smith. Hazanya off target with that shot. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bet.
LeBron, no player has to endure the kind of scrutiny and pressure that you...
The 2K Sports post
It's definitely LeBron as a player of the game.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
He was a hard set field goal.
They could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sport.
That's crazy. He was 13 for 13. Man, Kyrie was just doing awful. Kyrie was doing awful. Kyrie was going 1 for 11. Anyway, show you my awesome OG record up in this piece. Get my VC. Yeah, 17-5. First in the conference. I don't think I'm first in the power rankings though. First in the conference though. Yeah, I'm definitely not first in the conference. I'm in the power rankings. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.